भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। भृगुर्वैवारुणिः वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तस्मा एतत्प्रोवाच अन्नं प्राणं चक्षुश्रोत्रं मनोवाचमिति तगुंहोवाच यतो वा इमानि भूतानि जायन्ते येन जातानि जीवन्ति यत्प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ति तद्विजिज्ञासस्व तद्ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा अन्नं ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात्। अन्नाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते अन्नेन जातानि जीवन्ति अन्नं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ति ते तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा प्राणो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात्। प्राणाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते प्राणेन जातानि जीवन्ति प्राणं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ति ते तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा मनो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात्। मनसो ह्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते मनसा जातानि जीवन्ति मनः प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ति ते तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा विज्ञानं ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् विज्ञानाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते विज्ञानेन जातानि जीवन्ते विज्ञानं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ते ते तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपोतप्यत स तपस्तप्त्वा आनन्दो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् आनन्दाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनन्देन जातानि जीवन्ते आनन्दं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ते ते सैषा भार्गवी वारुणी विद्या परमे व्योमन् प्रतिष्ठिता य एवं वेद प्रतितिष्ठते अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नन्न निन्द्यात् तद्व्रतम् प्राणो वा अन्नम् शरीरमन्नादम् प्राणे शरीरं प्रतिष्ठितम् शरीरे प्राणः प्रतिष्ठितः तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितम् स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठते अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नन्न परिचक्षीत तद्व्रतम् आपो वा अन्नम् ज्योतिरन्नादम् अप्सु ज्योतिः प्रतिष्ठितम् ज्योतिष्यापः प्रतिष्ठिताः तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितम् स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठते अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नं बहुकुर्वीत तद्व्रतम् पृथिवी वा अन्नम् आकाशोऽन्नादः पृथिव्यामाकाशः प्रतिष्ठितः आकाशे पृथिवी प्रतिष्ठिता तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितम् स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठते अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या न कञ्चन वसतौ प्रत्याचक्षीत तद्व्रतम् तस्माद्यया कया च विधया बह्वन्नं प्राप्नुयात् अराध्यस्मा अन्नमित्याचक्षते एतद्वै मुखतोऽन्नगुं राद्धम् मुखतोऽस्मा अन्नगुं राध्यते एतद्वै मध्यतोऽन्नगुं राद्धम् मध्यतोऽस्मा अन्नगुं राध्यते एतद्वा अन्ततोऽन्नगुं राद्धम् अन्ततोऽस्मा अन्नगुं राध्यते य एवं वेद क्षेम इति वाचि योगक्षेम इति प्राणापानयोः कर्मेति हस्तयोः गतिरिति पादयोः विमुक्तिरिति पायौ इति मानुषीः समाज्ञाः अथ दैवीः तृप्तिरिति वृष्टौ बलमिति विद्युते यश इति पशुषु ज्योतिरिति नक्षत्रेषु प्रजातिरमृतमानन्द इत्युपस्थे सर्वमित्याकाशे तत्प्रतिष्ठेत्युपासीत प्रतिष्ठावान् भवति तन्मह इत्युपासीत महान् भवति तन्मन इत्युपासीत मानवान् भवते तन्नम इत्युपासीत नम्यन्ते स्मै कामाः तद्ब्रह्मेत्युपासीत ब्रह्मवान् भवते तद्ब्रह्मणः परिमर इत्युपासीत पर्येणं म्रियन्ते द्विषन्तः सपत्नाः पर्ये प्रिया भ्रातृव्याः स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवंवित् अस्माल्लोकात् प्रेत्य एतमन्नमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य एतं प्राणमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य एतं मनोमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य एतं विज्ञानमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य एतमानन्दमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रम्य इमान् लोकान् कामान्निकामरूप्यनुसञ्चरन् एतत्सामगायन्नास्ते हा वोहा वोहावो अहमन्नमहमन्नमहमन्नम् अहमन्नादोऽहमन्नादोऽहमन्नादः अहग्गश्लोककृदहग्गश्लोककृदहग्गश्लोककृत् अहमस्मि प्रथमजारतास्य पूर्वं देवेभ्यो अमृतस्य नाभाये यो मा ददाति स इदेवमा वाह अहमन्नमन्नमदन्तमाद्मि अहं विश्वं भुवनमभ्यभवां सुवर्णज्योतिः य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पुरुषस्य विद्मसहस्राक्षस्य महादेवस्य धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे चक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो नन्दिः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महासेनाय धीमहि तन्नः षण्मुखः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे सुवर्णपक्षाय धीमहि तन्नो गरुडः प्रचोदयात् वेदात्मनाय विद्महे हिरण्यगर्भाय धीमहि तन्नो ब्रह्म प्रचोदयात् नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्गष्ट्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंहः प्रचोदयात् भास्कराय विद्महे महद्युतिकराय धीमहि तन्नो आदित्यः प्रचोदयात् वैश्वानराय विद्महे लालीलाय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निः प्रचोदयात् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्तिः 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 यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
शंभो कुमारा गौरी तनया कुमारा गौरी शंभो कुमारा गौरी तनया गौरी तनया गजानना सदया जय जय गजानना सदया वरद गणेशा दुरित निवासा वरद गणेशा दुरित विनाशा प्रणवाकारा नाथा सदया प्रणवाकारा नाथा सदया गजानना सदया जय जय गजानना सदया शंभो कुमारा गौरी तनया गजानना सदया जय जय वरद गणेशा दुरित विनाशा प्रणवाकारा नाथा सदया गजानना सदया जय जय गजानना सदया शंभो कुमारा गौरी तनया।
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swami, I take the privilege to present the annual report for the year June 2025 to May 2026. May 28th is a very special day for all of us because we used to long for this day every time, for those special darshans which we used to have and the special seating we used to have in Vrindavan. So always 28th is the day every one of us used to long for, and the day Bhagawan stepped here. So I'll just quickly run through the regular activities which take place at Gitanjali and the special programs that took place this year. We have regular puja, morning puja. This is the only activity that ran through the entire year for 29 years, uninterrupted. Even COVID, it was happening. And we have, as a part of the morning puja, we have Rudra Parayanam, as well as all Veda Parayanam and Ashtottaram as well. And special privilege we recently added is to grant darshan at Bhagawan's residence. So devotees who come for the morning darshan also get the opportunity to visit Bhagawan's residence downstairs, where Bhagawan partook his meal and also he rested there. So it's a spiritual sanctuary kind of. Next. We have bhajans all the days except Wednesdays, and on Saturdays bhajans are led by youth. The last Saturday we have special bhajans by Balvikas. Nagar Sankirtans happen monthly once. It is a third Saturday. Otherwise, we have also Nagar Sankirtans happen on special occasions. Our Bhajan Mandli, Jayanagar Bhajan Mandli, we have bhajans on last Saturday of every month. And we have started recently by Mahila Wing, the chanting. Bhagavad Gita chanting happens on last Monday of every month. And Lalita Sahasranama chanting happens on third Sunday of every month. So it is a privilege which has been added as a part of centenary celebrations. Monthly Abhishekam happens every month here, and going forward it will be on first Saturday of every month. We have study circles monthly once, that is on the last Sunday of every month. So Bhagavan's discourses and the topics related to the teachings of Bhagavan are more discussed and more elucidated and more inculcated for practice in study circles. We have Laksharchana every quarter. As part of centenary celebrations, we started temple bhajans, and this year we did temple bhajans at two temples, that is Shakti Ganapati Temple, Banshankari, and Shirdi Baba Temple, Jayanagar 4-3 block. Premadhara bhajans happened this year from June to December in 41 households, and there was a good participation from all the places. Global Akhand bhajans and Mahashivratri, we had good participation of devotees. We had 12-hour Akhand bhajan on Mahashivratri and 24-hour Akhand bhajan during Global Akhand bhajans. So this year we introduced a special New Year bhajans on December 31st at 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. on January 1st to welcome New Year with Namasparada. The greatest blessing for all of us. I request all the devotees to kindly participate in more numbers from this year, the coming year. So we celebrate all the festivals, Gitanjali, with great fervor. A lot of dedication goes on, right from the decoration, right from the poster making and all that. So all the festivals are celebrated here with full dedication. As part of centenary celebrations, we had Vahini Mahotsav in the June 2025. As part of that, we had everyday talks on Bhagavad Vahini, and also we had a special exhibition on Bhagavad Gita. So Swami's teachings were more became clear to people with the simple teachings which were displayed as part of exhibition, and it was quite appreciated by many. So the highlight for this year we had was Satyasai Prema Vahini Ratha Yatra celebrations. So we could host the procession, bringing Swami in the Ratha, and we had cultural programs at Gitanjali. So the procession, we had all the Mahilas from all the wings. We had bikers, our brothers. And we had cultural programs, folk dances as part of the procession. And we had all the Mahilas carrying those Mangala Dravyas. And we had beautiful cultural presentations by Balvikas children as well as the artists from outside. So 100th birthday celebrations, we had talk from eminent personalities, and also we had a small Rath Yatra, and we also had Jhula Mahotsav, and we had Trayambaka Rudra Parayanam as part of 100th birthday celebrations. So Narayan Seva happens on Sunday. This year we served around 3,300 packets, and we also do Narayan Seva on all the 10 days of Navaratri, including Dashara. So every day of Navaratri we serve around 30 to 40 Narayanas. Coming to Kidwai Hospital Seva, we around 15 to 17 Seva they'll participate every Tuesday, the part of the Narayan Seva that happens at Kidwai Hospital. So we had Mahanarayan Seva for both occasions. That is, one is the centenary celebrations as well as for Aradhana Mahotsav. So we could serve more than 3,500 meals to various homes like orphanages, old age homes, destitute homes, and other places. As a part of Mahanarayan Seva, it's a wonderful sight to see around 60 to 70 Mahilas coming together and cutting vegetables. And today, at this time, even gents were inspired by looking at Mahilas, and they also started cutting the vegetables. So it's a great, wonderful sight to look at the vegetable cutting by all the Mahilas together. This time, inspired gents also. Hope it inspired them at home also. This is a unique blessing which we had only this year. That is Amrit Kalash Packing Seva at the state level, where 500 volunteers across Bangalore participated, and we could pack in just one day 10,000 packets, 10,000 Amrit Kalash packets, which include rice, wheat, dal, and jaggery. Amrit Kalash and lamp oil distribution also happens during Bhagawan's birthday celebrations as well as anniversary celebrations, where we give rice, dal, jaggery, and cooking oil along with lamp oil for the temples. We had monthly medical camp on every second Sunday. So this year we could serve more than 500 patients as part of monthly medical camps, and we have good team of doctors, very dedicated team of doctors. And we have Vibrionic Seva on all Saturday evenings. This year we could serve around 200 patients. We have Mandir Cleaning Seva on every third Sunday. So I request, I think here participation has to improve. We are getting people from other areas. We are not getting from SG. So I request all the devotees to kindly take it more seriously. It's a blessing to have a place like this, and to keep it clean is our own responsibility. So I request all the devotees to take it more seriously and take part in this seva. Satyasai Premadur program, it's a district level program which happened. And these are the photos of a factory in Hosur where our Seva Dal participated. I think more than 800 saplings have been planted. This is also as a part of Premadaru program. It was planted in an apartment complex in Hulimavu. More than 50 saplings planted here. Our Seva Dal participated this time in Prashanti Seva. Around 25 the Seva Dal participated from Sai Gitanjali. I request all the devotees to take this also more seriously, because doing Seva at Prashanti is different and doing somewhere else is different. So take this more seriously, and I want good participation from this year. So coming to Balvikas activities, we had an alumni meet in June where alumni have participated in the Balvikas and they have shared their experiences, especially how Samithi helps them to grow and how in their personality development, how Samithi has an effect, has a role to play. And we have a Sri Krishna Tulabhara kit that was played by children as part of Vahini Mahotsavam. That was wonderfully appreciated by all people. And they were also part of Natya Radhana, our alumni. And we had special programs during Rath Yatra. And these are activities like Narayan Seva and World Health Day. So they were creating the awareness campaigns. And they also, it's a wonderful gesture by gurus to teach them how to welcome festivals, how to teach them the inner significance of festivals and welcome the festivals with a lot of joy and fervor. These are the this was a summer camp which held in April this year. So the students could learn many things like I think letter writing as well as I think there was, dental hygiene. There was a session on dental hygiene. So a lot of good sessions happened. And this is the picture of the Ishwaramma Day celebrations. Our Balvikas children performed there as a part of Ishwaramma Day celebrations at Brindavan. So we have another program called Humanity of Positive Energy. There is Hope. It's a 3-phase program which focuses on the personality development of the students of first year degree college. So our Sevadal participate as resource persons, focusing mainly on the spiritual quotient aspect of the personality. The intellectual quotient, physical quotient, everything is provided by colleges and everything. But spiritual quotient is something which is the substratum for other 2 quotients, other 3 quotients for that matter. So we focus on that area and inspire students to inculcate values and lead more purposeful lives by including values like seva and all that. As part of Sri Satyasai Vidya Jyoti, every year we provide scholarships to 2 schools which were adopted. That is, one is Sangameshwara School and other one is NSVK School. So both the schools we put together, we give around for 25 students we give scholarships in Sangameshwara and 20 students we give it in NSVK every year. That is during Guru Purnima time. And this time we had a youth wing has taken, you always see there's a lot of difference in what are the posters we make today than the earlier posters, the colorful posters and all. So that's credit goes to the content team here. So backed by all the youth. And I request all other age groups also can join, not only youth, everyone can take part in this and make wonderful posters for Sai Gitanjali. We have Satyasai Literature Dissemination Center every Sunday as well as on special days, selling all Bhagawan's literature as well as special diaries, calendars, etc. So you can visit for purchases anytime. So with this, before concluding, I like to just tell last few words. As I always told, so Samithi is a spiritual gymnasium. So where, if you participate, if you have seen this plethora of activities, Bhagawan has beautifully designed, which cover all the 3 margas, Bhakti, Jnana and Karma. A beautiful diet plan he has designed. So for a gym, we also, of course, he is the master trainer who designed. Today, we are going to interact with personal trainers who are going to, in the line of Bhagavan's teachings, they are going to prescribe us the diet plan and regime. So now I welcome all the personal trainers or so-called panelists. And I request Mr. Jagdish to take over. Over to Mr. Jagdish. Saira.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our humble pranams, the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan, we seek His grace and guidance as always. Many times we have a lot of questions about what are we doing, what is our role, what is a Samithi. These are normal questions. And we thought it will be good to open up the floor for people to ask questions. We're very thankful to many of you for having posted many questions. So looking at the questions, a theme emerged that we are all in a journey, we are all in a spiritual journey at various stages of our life, in terms of each one of us have our own growth and evolution. What is the role of Samithi in this? Because Satyasai organization is so much a part of our lives. So how does Satyasai organization support us in this journey of life? So thanks for all your questions. A kind of a theme emerged. We are looking at a theme which talks about start early, which Swami always used to say, drive slowly and reach safely. So we have clustered all your questions into 3 segments for ease of understanding for all of us. And to navigate this journey, we have expert navigators, like Suman was telling. We have a blend of youth and experience. We have Sai Shri here. She's an engineer in the making. She's a budding engineer, and she's also a product of Sai Gitanjali Balvikas. Then we have Madam here. She's a software engineer and also comes with 25 years of experience as a Balvikas guru. We have Sai Chandrasekhar sir, who needs no introduction, a very familiar figure here. And we have our current district president, Ganesh sir. Who is a very good example of traveling in the Sai organization, starting from Bombay to Bangalore. So with these remarks, I will start asking the panelists questions that has come from all of us here, and we will take it as it goes. Yeah. So we have tried to look at 3 sections here. The first section being start early. Maybe we can start with someone like Sai Shri, because she has started early, right? Being very young. And so what do you think? What was your inspiration to be part of the Sai organization? What makes you very active here? Where is that coming from?
So, Sarah, so firstly, it's all thanks to my parents that I'm here. And I'm very, very thankful to them for sending me here for Balvikas. And so basically, once you enter this place, you kind of understand that you won't be leaving. So for that, I'm very thankful to my Balvikas gurus and for all the activities that we got to take part in. And it teaches you a lot, and it shows you how different and how better your life can be while being a part of a place like this. So that being said, now that I do my best to take part in the youth activities that happen here, this is my sole inspiration, because during school I saw how all the teachings that we learned here really shaped me different compared to my peers that I saw in school. So I know that now as a youth, me coming here on my own and taking part, even if it's in like very small events or something bigger, it will help a lot in what I do every day. So that's my sole inspiration to come here and take part in Swami's activity.
Thank you. I think we'll now ask the same question to Ganesh sir, because you two started very early. Can you share your inspiration?
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagawan to all respected elders and my brothers and sisters. It's always very easy to sit behind Swami's chair, but today it's a very difficult scenario where you have to sit before and Swami sitting behind and watching. This journey has been I would say only, like Swami always used to say uh, to boys as well as, in the portico, you used to say that, right? It's not that you decided to come and you came. It is I who choose you. And he has told this many times that it is I who choose you. And second, he has told, you may leave me, but I will not leave you. I will always hold on to you. So we are all extremely blessed that he chooses. So my journey, I think, started, I saw Bhagawan for the first time in somewhere in 1986 in Dharmakshetra in Bombay. Um, Nothing much. It's just that I just happened to go to bring my mother back, and we were staying close by. So there was nothing like, he just came across in the darshan and just walked. And that was the first, you can say, the darshan that I had of him. Followed by that, 1988, also he came to Bombay. Again, my aunt and my mother, those were the times when we were in college, or you can say, we were all in our youth, very aggressive in nature, more not very interested in spirituality, totally, and that too with Bombay ecosystem, it was very different. And that was the type of the upbringing even I had. And so I saw Swami in 88, and then, but my real um, participation in organization started in 1990. 1990 is when I really saw, I visited Parthi for the first time. And from there, the journey really started. And I think all these years, whatever I am at every stage, it was through the organization or Samithi, I always feel. In fact, I keep sharing the different stages. If I had to share, 1990 is when I started participating in Samithi. That time, I was in New Bombay, where we have a similar center like Sai Gitanjali called Sai Prem. And then in that particular center, we were only 2 youth wing members at that point in time, college students, and our work was to carry the photo of Swami, setting up the altar for Saturday bhajans, etc. And Sunday we used to go to Dharmakshetra. And 1990 again Swami came to Dharmakshetra. But at each of the time, I started getting an opportunity to physically now get more and more, interactions with Swami. Like in 1992 when he came, I was called for a study circle in which Swami himself took study circle, and we were part of that group. Then, with many of those type of things happened. But the real, and those were, I was also in studying. I had a lot of time at my disposal, flexibility, and then started the job and working scenarios, or professional scenario of life. And those were a little struggle at that point in time. But things got changed in 1996 when I got an opportunity to do Prashanti Seva. In fact, that's one thing, as Suman brother was just saying, right? How we should improve our participation in Prashanti Seva. It's so important because I felt that was the time my destiny changed. That one Prashanti Seva, in fact, you'll be very surprised. I did my Prashanti Seva in 1996, and then the second Prashanti Seva I did this year in 2026. And in between, I have tried many times. In fact, 1997, I gave my name, registered, my ticket was booked. I was to go to board a train called Netravati Express from Bombay. At around 6 o'clock, when I was leaving the office, my boss cancelled my leave. I was the only person in the station to go and get my luggage back from my parents. So what we are doing today in the Samithi or organization is not by something of our design or plan. It's purely planned by him already. What he is now looking across is, are we consciously understanding the blessings and counting that blessings? In fact, Swami used to say 3 things that we should always value. One, respect and value your life. First is are we valuing ourselves? If we value ourselves, we will value everybody. Right? If we respect ourselves, we will respect everybody. So first is that. Second, count the blessings. When we are all, even today, we are the chosen one to be participating in the 29th anniversary. There are so many, but we are the chosen ones. That we should, it's not by accident that we were able to plan and come. It is purely his sankalpam with which we are able to come. That blessing we should never, take it casually. And the third important he will always say is always respect and value the environment and the ecosystem with which you work. Because everybody is doing service to some way or the other, directly or indirectly. So all these three things was a very integrated model that Samithi gave. And with that, and Swami in the center of life, I started seeing my personal life, professional life, social life, everything got through a major transformation. At every day, every moment, new learnings, new opportunities, new evolution of my own self in terms of, improving myself happened in the Samithi. So these were the few things that I started right at the college, and I think all the Balvikas and the youth, I can say with full, from my own example, that this is the best time for you to fully engage and then see how the evolution of your life takes.
Thank you. Padma Madam, a question to you. Sir was talking about Balvikas, etc., etc. What has been your experience? The question here is, Swami has talked about how Samithi can be our vehicle for personal sadhana. Can you give us any example or a perspective on what has been your journey since you've been associated for 25 years?
Sairam. So, my primary activity in the Samithi is Balvikas, and I've been doing it for more than 20 years now. So, the thing is, my Saturday starts with the vision of my children coming. When I get up in the morning, all the faces of the children come up, right? The vision, and uh, I know who will come, who will not come, what kind of questions they will ask, how should I prepare. So my day, especially Friday, Saturday, it starts like this. And then when you come to the class, I have, they may be children, but they have asked me the most profound questions. They ask me, what is moksha? They ask me, ma'am, God is partial. Why is he partial? Ma'am, you're telling that we should be kind, but God is not always kind to me. He doesn't answer my prayers. And I will never forget this question in my life when we were teaching Bhagavad Gita. So there Krishna says, surrender to me, I will take care of you. Surrender to me, I will take care of you. There is one boy who asked me, ma'am, why is Krishna telling, come to me, come to me? Is he not arrogant? So as a Balvikas guru, I have kind of, you have to come up with answers which will actually convince the children. Sometimes you may not have the answers. So it is a playground where I'm pushed into a lot of introspection myself. Regarding the sadhana that it led me to, it actually pushed me into reading a lot of Sai literature. So I started, I wanted to answer these questions myself so that I could teach my children and teach it in a way that they understand for their age. So when I started taking Balvikas actively, it pushed me into a lot of reading Sai literature, and I have benefited a lot, and this sadhana is very dear to me.
Thank you. Sai Chandrasekhar sir, a specific question for you. What is the need to attend Nagar Kirtan when I'm already participating in the evening bhajans and other activities? How can a person attend so many activities? What is your take on that?
My dear Swami, on behalf of everyone here, I offer our collective pranams at your divine lotus feet. A very warm and loving Sairam to each one of you, and greetings on this very auspicious occasion of Sai Gitanjali's anniversary. This is our Prashanti Nilayam, and so it gives a lot of joy to be here amongst all of you. I think there were two parts to that question. The simplest thing is to look at what Swami said. Fortunately, I have something written down on what Swami said about Nagar Sankirtan. So, Swami says, gathering in groups for bhajan and singing God's glory is encouraged for those interested in spiritual progress. It is suggested to meet regularly, do bhajans, read spiritual books, and meditate. This company can provide the enthusiasm needed to sustain one's spiritual lamp. Moving along the streets, singing the name of God, known as Nagar Sankirtan, awakens the consciousness of living in God's lap. This is on 8 July 1968, which Swami said. So I guess he always has the last word. But in couple of other discourses also, Swami said that Nagar Sankirtan serves two purposes. One is cleansing ourselves, and two is cleansing the atmosphere. So when we are going around the streets singing the glory of the Lord, all those vibrations cleanse the atmosphere, and people who wake up in a very nice and positive atmosphere. So attending Nagar Sankirtan is actually doing a seva, because you are cleaning the atmosphere for everybody else. So those of you who are interested in the Karma Marga, please attend Nagar Sankirtan. Because we find that there are probably 15 people for Nagar Sankirtan here most of the time. Personally, I have attended Nagar Sankirtan multiple times here. And I think it's a great way to start the day, if you ask me. One is full of energy after that. And suddenly you find you have so much time because you woke up so early. Otherwise, you're rushing every day. And when you attend Nagar Sankirtan, you'll find that God's created a lot of time for you. Sairam.
Ganesha, you want to add something?
In fact, if you're not able to do any other seva all through the month, just participate on Nagar Sankirtan. It's equivalent to doing everything. This was told by Bhagawan in one of his message, where he mentioned that to have the darshan of Lord Venkateshwara, who is in the 7th hill in Tirumala, you have to cross the first 6 hills. And each of the 6 hills is nothing but overcoming all your 6 evil tendencies that exist within you. The Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. These are all each of the hills you overcome before you see the Lord. So Swami said, if you cannot wake up in the morning and start the first step, how can you even start your sadhanas ahead, whatever you are doing? Every other thing becomes secondary without that. And I used to remember in 90s and 92s when Swami used to come to Dharmakshetra, generally he will wake up by 3:45. There is a garden. He will come in that, come out of Satyadeep, will sit in the steps for some time. The Nagar Sankirtan will start at around 5, Suprabhatam, everything. And by the time we will come and it will be 6:30. He will wait and then he will give the darshan and then he will. That was the importance of Nagar Sankirtan that Swami brought across. In fact, if we are not able to do, and that's the only activity where you will not have any excuses. You cannot say there is any office call, because at morning 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, who is going to have an office call? That's the only time, except for security agencies or medical emergencies. There is no other excuse, right? It's only our own inertia that we are not able to wake up and participate. But that is one of the most important seva. It encompasses karma marg, bhakti marg, jnana marg, everything as single in one single thing. In fact, Swami was telling in that particular message itself that if you have to go and attend a movie show in the late night or early mornings, you will be able to wake up and do it. But when it comes to talking about the Namasmaran, you have all the reasons. So when you can do 100 things, why not do the 101st thing, was the message which was hearing. So Nagar Sankirtan, as brother said, like, we are going in a place where we are having thousands of Sai devotees and 10, 20. It's something that, we need to do an introspection that are we having the right understanding of each, sadhana that Bhagawan has established as part of the Satya Sai Seva organization to understand. Because unless we understand the importance and value of it, we will not be able to participate with wholeheartedness. It will be always with that inertia or that thing. So Maga Sankirtan is a very important. In fact, Swami is saying that is the first step in the spiritual journey. First step. Everything else comes afterwards. Even Bhagavan announced his avatarhood only in 1940 at the age of 14. But he started the Pandari Bhajan group at the age of 10. He started the Nagar Sankirtan, collecting the boys and doing it across the state, demonstrating the importance of Nagar Sankirtan as the first step in your spiritual sadhana. If we are not able to participate in Nagar Sankirtan, every other sadhana will have a lot of its own, we still have to evolve ourselves towards that. But if we do Nagar Sankirtan, then definitely there is it will only accelerate other part of the sadhanas and will make us evolve better and better. And this is what Bhagavan also demonstrated. He did not start Nagar Sankirtan after 1940. He started Nagar Sankirtan first and then he announced his avatarhood in 1940. From this we can understand, and these messages we can understand how much importance Bhagavan himself gave in Nagar Sankirtan. So it's a prayer to Swami, because as I said, it is not that we can do anything. Without his sankalpam, we cannot do anything. So we have to keep praying hard that he within us motivates us, makes us understand, and then makes us participate. And with Nagar Sankirtan, it's both inner purification and the environmental purification both happen together. So you are serving yourself and you are serving the society also.
If I may, I just remembered, once in the veranda, Swami was talking to the student and asked this question of the students, why do you do Nagar Sankirtan? And then they were giving all kinds of answers, Brahma Muhurtam, you should get up, your vibrations, this, that, and all. Swami said, no. Then finally, obviously, he has to have the last word. Swami said, the right answer is, because I told you to do so. So as simple as that. While we can debate all this, Swami told, do Nagar Sankirtan, so do Nagar Sankirtan, period. That's simple. On a more worldly note, that's the only time, especially in a place like Bangalore, you don't get traffic jams, you get a lot of parking space.
Thank you. That completes the segment 1, which is drive slowly. The next segment is about, first segment was start early. And the second segment is drive slowly. But before we go to drive slowly, we will have a small clipping of Swami. As Sai Chandrasekhar sir said, Swami has the last word. And he has something to tell us about driving slowly. So let's listen to that.
మనం సమస్త లోపల ఏ విధంగా మనము సత్యాన్ని మనం గుర్తించాలి?
In organization, how shall we realize truth?
ఈ సమస్త లోపల ఇంతకాలం చేసిన దానికంటే అధికమైనటువంటి ఫలితాన్ని మనము ఎప్పుడు పొందాలి?
When do we get more and more results? How?
అనేటువంటి విషయాన్ని ఈ యొక్క కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లోపలే కొంత నిర్ణయాలు కావాలి.
We have to deliberate on these matters and decide.
నేను సమస్తల యొక్క సంఖ్యను నేను అయమాత్రం కూడా ఆశించటం లేదు.
Bhagawan doesn't think of the number of the organization.
సమస్తం యొక్క దివ్యత్వాన్ని నేను ఆశిస్తున్నాను.
It is the divinity of the organization that's important.
కనుక ఈ విధంగా పెరిగిపోవటం చేత మీరే ఆ ఆనందాన్ని అనుభవించగలరు.
You will be happy if you recognize this
ఇది
fact.
మీ క్షేమ నిమిత్తమే, మీ మంచి కొరకే చేసేటువంటిది.
It is for your own good, for your own welfare.
ఈ సంస్థల అభివృద్ధి కావటం వల్ల నాకు వచ్చినటువంటి ఫలితం ఏమీ లేదు.
Bhagawan doesn't get anything if the organization increases.
నాకు ఎప్పుడు ఒక్కటే.
Bhagawan has same feeling.
ఎప్పుడు నేను ఆనందమే.
Bhagawan is very form of bliss.
So we'll go to the next section. Thanks to Suman, we have a little more time. So the way we have structured this is 60 minutes. Suman gave us a little more time, about maybe more than 60 minutes we have. So the first section we complete in about 15 minutes. The second section, the drive slowly, we have a lot of questions. So apparently people have slowed down there. So we'll have more discussion there. And then we'll come to the last one, which is reach safely. So we move to the second section now. This is a question to Sai Shri. The question is, whenever there's a long weekend, I feel like going to Parthi as it's close to Bangalore. So my attendance in Samithi is less. How do I motivate myself to come to Samithi? I think the analogy here is that, I have so many things to do, but you also want me to come to the Samithi. So that's the example somebody is giving. So you can share your own insight about it.
So, yeah, in today's world, I think every age group, everyone basically is very busy with a lot of things, especially due to the online medium of having to do work. So, firstly, every weekend, I think professionally we are a little more free. So we can come to Samithi and do. At the same time, it's not necessary that we do find ourselves free during the weekend also. So what I have come to see is that there are ways to do seva online as well, or from the comforts of your home. If, for example, in Bangalore, in the traffic, by the time you reach Samithi, half the event is over. So online, there are a lot of ways to do seva, and there are a lot of activities happening. So that is one way. Another thing is, I think if there is a will, there is a way. So even no matter how busy you are, as Sir said, if Swami wants you here, you will be here. So I find myself praying to him a lot nowadays that Swami, please bring me to Sai Gitanjali, because I'm not able to manage with my degree. And I have seen that somehow or the other, I wouldn't have planned it, and I would just be here somehow. Even if I don't actively participate, I find myself in Samithi sometimes, and that in itself brings you so much peace to have been inside the place for 5 minutes. And in the same way, you can plan it better in that, okay, I will come for this particular bhajans, or even during the week, if there is some packing seva going on or some distribution work, there it is possible to plan it decently and come. But yeah, so we should pray to Swami that, Swami, please please make us come to Sai Gitanjali, and please let us work here. So yeah.
The next question. Okay, this question is about to you, Ganesh sir. The question here is, I am involved in an activity like bhajan. Is it necessary for me to focus on bhajan and become a very good bhajan singer? Or, intensify the intensity? Or should I also explore other options like Vedam chanting or seva activity, which is totally new? So this is a dilemma I'm going through. I think one of the newcomers is asking this question. You could please throw some light on.
In fact, whatever we do, right, whether it's bhajan, Vedam, Narayan Seva, Balvikas, it should have the spirit of offering at Swami's lotus feet. We are not doing any of it for performance. It's a sadhana for our own self. The first understanding of the organization is, in fact, this is something Swami told us. Once, you see, it is not that you are serving me. I have come to your level to serve you. He told boys once. So never think that you are serving me. I am serving you. So one of the way to look across is that is whatever we do, right? Whether it's bhajan, Narayan Seva, or Vedam, or anything in the Samitis, it has to be done with the feeling of offering at Swami's feet. Second is important, Bhagawan says talent is God. Each one of us are unique and we all have skill. Everybody, there is nobody who is not skilled. Everybody has some or the other talent. Some can sing well, some can play instruments well, some can chant well, some can do something. Everybody has got a unique blessing. And everybody has a purpose. So first is to understand and bring this together in our thing. And then understand that we are not doing it for performance. We are doing it as an offering. If these few things we are clear, right? Then it is about that whatever, if you are a very good singer and you are offering bhajans, even that is a seva. But that becomes a seva only when the bhajan singer is able to connect himself and everybody around to Bhagawan. Then he becomes a seva. If somebody will be coming very tensed and he listens to a very beautiful bhajan and he gets connected to Bhagawan and he feels Swami's omnipresence and some soothing on his heart, then the bhajan singer also has done a seva. Right? So there is nothing, everything is a seva. And everything is a flower and offering at Swami's lotus feet. So we should understand that the purpose of the Satya Sai Seva organization is for our own self-upliftment. It is for our own evolution, where Bhagavan is taking us from one stage to another stage and evolving us based on our own praptam, or whatever you can say our own effort. And in this thing, the key thing we have to understand is that Satya Sai Seva organization is a platform. We are all participating in the platform for our own self-development. That is, it is a human engineering workshop. We are all in our own space or in our own stage of life and engineering ourselves, or a workshop ourselves on how we are evolving, and we should measure. Through the process, a bhajan or a Vedam or a Narayan Seva are tools provided by Bhagavan. And through that tools, we should connect to Swami and also make everyone around us connect to Bhagavan in whatever we do. So it doesn't matter that you do bhajan or etc. So this is one part of the way to understand. The second part of the way to understand is, and this is how I have seen in my 35 years, I always feel Swami as Daya as well as Maya. In what way he shows his omnipresence form, and in what way he can actually trap us is also something that is something very unique about this Lord. But the second important thing is to also understand that the very thing that we say, this is bhajan, this is spiritual, this is service, or this is education, or this is that, compartmentalizing that, it's also not the right way. Because in the beauty of this Satya Sai Seva organization is, it is an integrated platform where Karma Marg, Bhakti Marg and Jnana Marg is integrated. Swami's word itself, Sai, is an integrated word. S stands for Seva, the Karma Marg. A stands for adoration, Bhakti Marg. I stands for illumination, the Jnana Marg. That itself is integrated. So it's not correct to say that, I will do this, I will not do that, I will not do that. But what is very important is, whatever you do it well. Do it with a feeling of offering. And measure yourself, audit yourself. Is it evolving you? Are you feeling a better person than what you were yesterday? Is your anger reduced? As all your negative or all the whatever the qualities that you would have analyzed, right, is improving, and then you are evolving day by day. Are you having a better human relationship with everybody? Do your own appraisal. In fact, the beauty of this organization is there are 4 levels of appraisal. We have appraisal at home. Our family appraises us. We have in professional world, we have company and your managers appraise you. Even in spiritual, Bhagavan appraises us. That are you actually the same coming to Bhagavan, or after Bhagavan coming to Bhagavan, are we evolving ourselves to the stage of what he wants us to reach? And that is what is more important. So whatever, to answer that question, whatever you are good at, do it, but do it with a good understanding and see that it actually, that you make it like not as a bhajan to perform, but a bhajan to offer, and make it a seva where you are able to connect yourself and everyone else to Bhagawan.
This is a question to Padma ma'am. I hope you don't mind me calling you ma'am. After all, you're a Balvikas guru of 25 years. It's a very interesting question. Maybe one of your students has asked this. Uh, the question is about, are there superstitions? How to deal with superstitions? When does a ritual or a practice become a superstition?
Sairam. So I'll first define what is a ritual. A ritual is something that you do regularly out of discipline, and you do it automatically. Like you maybe get up in the morning and start telling Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum. So this is something automatic, and it has been practiced by you. Ritual can actually lead you to discipline and also love. But what happens with superstition is, I think superstition is a ritual which has crossed the boundary and has become tainted with fear. So, if you're chanting the same Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum out of fear and without applying love or discipline or or with the sadhana that you're supposed to do, when fear comes and taints any ritual, it becomes a superstition.
The question on the follow-up to that was how to deal with it. What would you say?
So it is to introspect and understand after doing the ritual or after doing the superstition, what kind of an after effect or a vibe that you're having. So is it leaving you calm, composed? So this is something that Swami says. So you have to question every time. Even if you go to a Samithi and you're doing something automatically and out of fear for something, and after that you have to introspect. How does it leave you? Does it leave you connected to Swami? Does it leave you calm? Does it leave you composed? Do you feel love? So those that will answer whether you have tainted that ritual with fear or not.
Thank you. So there's a question here for you, sir. In Swami's discourses, he says the Samithi is a place for constant sadhana, and that this is a rare opportunity which one must not let go. Would be nice to hear from you. How do we consider this as a rare opportunity? What is rare about this? Why is it called rare? And since you had a NGO, it's a very appropriate question for you. The follow-up for this is, there are several NGOs which are already doing that kind of work. So what is all this about?
Okay. An interesting question. See, firstly is, it's extremely rare, it's said, to take a human birth. You need a lot of good karma to actually get a human birth. It's not an easy thing. Now, having got a human birth, knowing about the existence of the Supreme, the Lord, is even rare. And the rarest of that is being a contemporary of the avatar. You know, so all of us are fortunate to have reached the third stage of the rarest thing, which is being contemporary of. We've been living in the same time when Bhagawan descended on this planet. Now, if you extend that, there are millions who probably fall in that category, that they know of Swami and have been contemporaries of Swami. Out of those millions, let's say there are a few lakhs in Bangalore, and out of that, There are just about 100 people sitting here. So isn't that rare? That out of those lakhs of people who already filtered down from the billions, these are the people who found a place in the Samithi. So I would say that in itself is very rare. When you say a few hundred out of a few lakhs have finally reached. Now, that's at the physical level. If you look at it at the spiritual level, the Samiti is a place where we get a huge opportunity to further our sadhana, personal sadhana. Now, the tagline for the Sri Satya Sai Seva organization is transforming self to transform the world, which means that if each one of us is successful in transforming ourselves, the whole world is transformed. So we don't need to go around trying to transform others. Just look within. And I'd probably link it to the previous question which you asked, Sai Shri. You know, I belong to a very different generation from the current generation. So my thoughts might be diametrically opposite on this particular thing. You know, this whole concept of time, I have so many things to do. It's all a question of prioritizing. And it's a question of the intensity of desire. You know, once there was one devotee who went to Prashanti Nilayam for darshan. He was sitting in the veranda and Swami came and typical asked him, "Hey, how are you? Hem samacharam." And then he said, "Swami, I'm not able to do any seva. I'm just not able to find time for that." Then Swami became very serious and asked him, "Did you sit in front of my photo in your altar and cry, saying, Swami, I want to do seva, but I'm not getting time. Help me." Did you cry in front of my photo in your altar? If you had, I would have created time for you. So, very clearly, it is a question of the intent. You know, while, see, we have this whole concept of philosophy of convenience. You take any particular position you want to take, we'll find one quote from Swami which supports that position. I can guarantee that. Okay? So, you'd say, no, if Swami wills, I will go to the Samithi. Come on. Swami is very clearly said, Yatna prayatnamu manava dharmamu jayapo jayamuluk dhaiva adinamu. You can't keep a lamp in the rain and say, okay, if God's will is there, He'll protect that lamp. Swami said that's foolishness. Where is my personal effort that I tried my best to go to Samithi? Then Swami will give that nudge and create that. So I think coming to Samithi, because the collective sadhana has a significantly higher effect than an individual sadhana. Now, that is the rare thing about this coming to the Samithi. And therefore, I, for one, am not a believer of this online stuff, etc. Okay, once in a while to manage some peak loads, you can do that. But there is no other option, other choice. Why would Swami create a Samiti? I think fundamentally the way I approach is, if Swami has said something, Swami said, done something, it's true, period. I need to figure out why. I may not know why, but I need to have the faith that if Swami created Samiti and told we have to go to Samiti, we have to go, period. Now, if I don't understand why, then I need to find the answer to that. But I can't say, hey, no, I think there is another way. If there was another way, Swami would not have created, he would have given us the other way. So I think That's the one. The second part, yes, there are a lot of NGOs doing good work. There's no doubt about that. But the big difference is what Ganesh brother was saying. How do you divinize whatever you're doing by offering it to Swami? And I think that's the big difference between an NGO and the Sri Satya Sai Seva organization. Here, we're doing it as an offering to the Lord. And that makes this offering very different from all the good work in a worldly sense that many other NGOs are doing.
Thank you, sir.
Just to add on to brother, four things to remember from what I witnessed in Parthi. One, once a person said, Swami said, "Arey tu pray nahi karta hai." Swami he said, "Time nahi hai, Swami." And then Swami he said, "You should never say I don't have time. It is untruth. You should say this is not in my priority." Okay, so there is never nothing called as I don't have time. It's just that it is not in your priority. That's the way. So if somebody tells and we don't want to say, either we can keep quiet, but never say, I don't have time. Okay, that is one thing to add on. The second important thing is NGO, we are not NGO. In fact, for one of the corporate, the chairman, he had, where I was working, he said, so there was this corporate social responsibility in all corporates. And I was I was also seeing that, whether there is any collaboration, because we do a lot of education they were doing where I was working. So the chairman said, you see, you are a religious organization. So I said, no, sir, we are a spiritual organization. Then he said, what is the difference between both? Then he called all the HR. So I went to this in Jalgaon, in a place called Amalner, where all the HR people were called at that point. And we had a session. And then they said that the NGOs or the corporate social model will never work under the Satya Sai Seva model is very different. They are universal. It was a research done by a couple of HR people on that side. In all the other places, it starts with finance. And then basis that there are people. And then that basis that there is work. But in Satya Sai Seva organization, it is the Bhagawan and the people first. And money is only the last tip. So this model is something cannot be replicated by any of the NGOs or any of the thing, because here everything is only with the feeling of pure love and offering at the Swami's lotus feet. Swami's love for us and our love for Swami. This is the only thing that is the platform's major thing. There is nothing else in that. Everything else is secondary in the whole process. The third important aspect into the key thing is that if you really do a self-audit, in fact, this was done to the same person where Swami was, the person who said, then Swami started asking, "Arey, tum kitna time sota hai?" Then the person said, 8 hours. Then, "Acha, to tumhare paas ek week mein 112 hours hai." Then that person said, "Acha, tum kitna time mein office mein rehta hai?" So 40 hours. Then, "Ghar pe kitna kaam?" All that he said. After that, he still had some 25, 30 hours and he did not know how to justify. And then Swami said, "You see, can you give 1 hour?" Right? So this aspect of not having time is something it's not the right word. It is Swami. We should. It may not be in our priority, or it may not be that we may not have we may have some inertia or intent. In terms of that enthusiasm is not there, or something will be there. But it's definitely not that we don't have time. Everybody has got ample time for participating in their own self-development. And last important, keep this always in the, because this was something that Swami told us when he said, always, and that I keep uttering this to myself every day. It is not that I am doing seva to anybody. It is Bhagawan who is serving us. The very thing he has given the platform, the very thing that he is making us come, the very thing is making us sing bhajan or doing Narayan Seva or whatever. It is He who is doing service to us. We are not doing service to anybody. So, in the whole aspect of it, the key thing to understand is that after Swami giving this opportunity, after Swami giving this platform, am I changing myself to the better? And then at that point in time, to the boys, Swami said, you can still do one seva to me. And what he said was that when everybody around you see me through you, that is your seva for me. That means when we are doing all these things, our whole behavior, our personality, our, all our, attributes should match to the Bhagavan's level. Bhagavan calls that, you and I are not one. He says that I am divine, I know. I have brought you into this platform to make you realize that you are divine. I am calling you embodiments of divine. But then what is important is after coming to the Satya Sai Seva organization, we should not have ordinary mindset. We should have divine mindset. What is divine mindset and ordinary mindset? In ordinary mindset, we will look like a victim. We will say that we will have all the reasons why we cannot do. We will find excuses. No, this cannot be done. Maybe I will discuss. Because we have all the things as to why. It's the environment and conditioning of our mindset. So this is ordinary. But in divine, we have to think like Bhagavan. How he actually started the super specialty hospital in 6 months. He told 1 year before, in earlier birthday, and by next birthday he says even we can do. But for that, we have to have that divine mindset. We should have that level of same faith, that same, selflessness that he carried. All those attributes we have to bring into ourselves, leveraging the platform of Satya Sai Seva organization. When we do that, that is the time everybody around us will start seeing Swami. They will say, Arey, Satya Sai people have come. Hey, this is the Satya Sai group. This is the Satya Sai. Every word they will utter will be Swami's name. That is the only seva we can do for him. And that is what we have to work towards in the Satya Sai Seva organization.
Thank you.
Okay. I thought at a worldly level, I just have a very simple suggestion based on my own experience for all those who don't find time. And I can guarantee you this will work. Just become an office bearer.
Okay. Any vacancies, Suman?
We can create many.
Okay. The next question coming your way, Padma ma'am. Since you worked for 25 years in the organization, the question here is about when we work together, difference of opinions, misunderstandings crop up. Swami has advised on rising above all these personal issues. How do you think, and what has been your own personal journey in this area, coping with differences and still trying to be effective as a Balvikas Guru?
Sairam. When so many people come together, there will naturally be difference of opinion. So, doesn't it happen in your family? Don't you differ with your mother? Don't you differ with your brother or even your husband? But still, family life goes on, right? In the same way, coming to Satya Sai organization, there are a lot of opinions that come up, and sometimes you are misunderstood. Sometimes we misunderstand people. But over this period of time, how I have learned to deal with it is each one, everybody, anybody who steps into this mandir is coming here because of his love for Swami. I am nobody to judge it. I may be immature, I may handle it improperly, I wouldn't have known what to say. But when I introspect, I see it this way. Each one is coming here for the love of Swami, and it is their journey with Swami. And I am nobody to judge and interfere with this. This kind of a thought helps me drop it and rise above and get attached to Swami's mission more. It's better that I focus on my journey and how I connect with Swami and drop how others are connecting and judging what they are doing.
Uh, See, this question was actually asked by a devotee to Swami directly. And all of us have experienced enough and more at Prashanti Nilayam, right? In terms of politics, in terms of all these kinds of things. And this devotee went and asked Swami, Swami, why is there so much of politics here? You know, we can't really concentrate on you. This, that. And then Swami asked the devotee, say you're walking on the road and a 1 rupee coin falls in a pile of shit. What will you do? There's nothing, I'll just move on. Then he said, suppose a diamond, a big diamond like a Kohinoor diamond falls in a piece of shit. What will you do? Swami, no, I will probably wear a gloves, then I will remove, I'll clean it, this, that. Eventually, I will retrieve it. Then Swami, pointing to himself, said, if you want this diamond, you have to bear with that shit. So the point is, can you build your focus on Swami rather than all these things? If the focus is on Swami, then you would not get bothered by these things. But if focus is on something else, then obviously we'll have a problem.
Thank you, sir. That was a very nice answer. So we have one more question. I think both of you, being the office bearers, you may be able to address this. The question is, why do we have no hundi or soliciting of resources in Sai organization? As a newcomer, I'm baffled. How do Samitis run? Can you please tell us? Questions.
Do you want a short answer or a long answer?
I'll leave it to you.
No, if it's a long one, Ganesh can answer. Otherwise,
Then I think you already have answered that. So let Ganesh take the long one.
just joking. See, Swami is very clearly given directions on this. I think it's absolutely clear. There's not a iota of doubt. Swami is very clear. To do your sadhana, you don't need money. He said, do you need money to do Nagar Sankirtan? Do you need money to do bhajan? So very clearly, is said, for doing your sadhana, you don't need money, period. 2 is, if at all you need something for some activities that you're doing, maybe you want to do Narayan Seva, then you probably need something. Then very clearly, the members of the Samithi will contribute whatever they can. There is nothing mandatory. And you do with whatever you have. Don't start with saying, I want to do this. I want to do Narayan Seva for 10,000 people. Now let me go raise money. If you get money for 100 people, do for 100. If you get money for 50 people, do for 50. Because it's the thought behind that Narayan Seva, doing it as an offering to Swami, which is the most critical element. And Swami is very clear that all these, your previous question about politics, difference of opinion starts with money, whether it is here or anywhere else. And so the best thing would be to keep money away from all this. Now you may say, all this is happening, so many things are happening. It is His grace that non-stop, whenever there's a thought of some activity happening, there's someone who's walking in and saying, hey, I want to be part of this. So Global Akhand Bhajan, Swami's birthday, centenary celebration. It's not that we said, no, we have to do it in such. There's always some devotee who wants to make an offering. So it's as simple as that. This organization doesn't believe in raising money. You will never find any message saying, we have this thing, can you contribute? Or would you like to contribute? Kind of a message. There's no soliciting of money. In fact, the organization doesn't have a bank account. So it's as simple as that.
Sir, you can add on question to that. The question is, how come in the Sai organization, there is no secretary, there is no treasurer? So I think it's related to the other question also about Hundi and funds. So you can add on to that. Yeah.
So how Swami conceptualized this organization? If we have to really look, in fact, that's one very important thing. Like we all Sai devotees should do is we should study Swami and his life on a regular basis, because that will very clearly give us how he has structured each of it. Right from the, in fact, 1968 was the first World Conference when the organization was formed. The second World Conference happened in 1975, 7 years after that. And in all this, it evolved over the period. But Swami was very clear, right? The way he was guiding and he has put this platform in place. The key important aspect is what is needed is purity of heart and the feeling of offering at Swami's lotus feet. There is only one thing, that is Bhagawan. Nothing else is important. We give him a small flower or we give him a big garland. Both mean the same to him. If the garland is having even a small, iota of ego or feeling of impurity in the offering, Swami will not accept it, however beautiful it is. But if it is the same, a leaf or a flower, he will accept it. So this is the first thing to understand, that whatever we do has to have the feeling of offering at his lotus feet, and that is the only important thing. We are singing bhajan, mic may not be there, but if the bhajan is very soothing and connecting, even without mic, it will connect Swami and everyone here. And even if the mic is there, and if the person is not offering feeling, it's doing it like a performance, then even that will not connect Bhagawan or the people around. First thing to understand is that. Second thing, the old tools, as I said, I call this all tools, because the tools is only for our own self-development. This is a human workshop where I am coming here to improve myself. I am not here to improve anyone. With that thinking, we should come. Am I a better person than what I was yesterday? I am, Swami is serving me, not that I am doing anything. It is purely his compassion and mercy that is giving me an opportunity to participate. That is the feeling. So the feeling plays a very important role in our intent in with which we approach the organization. Second important thing, what does the organization provide? It provides 3 wings: spiritual, education, service. Let's take each one of them. In spiritual, the major focus is around Nagar Sankirtan, around bhajans, study circle, and Vedam. And in all that, the key aspects is all about our availability, our sincerity in practicing, and offering at lotus feet. In none of this, you really need money. You need only a pure heart and a sincerity in practice and offering at lotus feet. Right? For bhajans, what do you need money? You need coming and participating in bhajan. For Nagar Sankirtan, you need to wake up early and go to that place. Maybe somebody would seek help in, providing some vehicle assistance, etc. Or in the Vedam also, it's about chatting. Or in the area of study circle, also it's about participating and deliberating around that. So this is one part. Seva. The whole focus of Seva is around Narayan Seva and Prashanti Seva or Satya Sai Super Specialty Hospital Seva. Again, it is about how do we build compassion and love within ourselves. Hence, we are participating in Seva. With that feeling, we approach that. Balvikas, like we have our own children, we have also to, we have a responsibility towards society and the next generation, that we inculcate values and bring all the other children in our neighborhood to also have the same value system. Hence, we participate. Again, what you need to have time, you need to have available, etc. So the only thing expected here is availability, commitment to participate, and understanding that I am coming here for myself, having a clear roadmap of how to measure myself, and then participate with that feeling of offering at Swami's lotus feet. If we have this intent and approach, then everything else is like you don't need any money if you really calculate in all this.
Thank you. So, with that, we come to the conclusion of the second segment. The last segment has just 2 questions. So, we'll quickly conclude. Maybe you can show the clipping of Swami.
ఎందుకయ్యా నీవు భగవంతుని చింతించడం లేదంటే నాకు టైం లేదండి.
If you ask anybody why you don't think of God,
ఈ
he says,
24
I have no
గంటల ఏం
time.
చేస్తున్నావు? దీంట్లో టైం లేదా నీకు కావాల్సినంత?
Don't you have a lot of time to think of God in a day?
ఒక 10 నిమిషములు కూడా నువ్వు భగవత్ చింతన చేయలేకపోతే ఈ టైం పెట్టుకొని నీవేం ప్రయోజనము?
If you can't think of God for 10 minutes a day, what for is this life?
కాయము వచ్చిండేది కాలంను సార్థకం చేసే కోసం.
The body is gifted to make this time sacred.
ఈ కాలంను సార్థకం చేసే నిమిత్తమై కార్యమును ఆచరించాలి.
To make this time sacred, one should undertake sacred deeds.
కనుకనే కాయము,
Body,
కార్యము,
the cause,
కర్తవ్యము,
and also
ఈ
duty.
మూడింటి యొక్క సంబంధమును కూడా మనం అనుభవించాలి.
We must experience the unity of these
కాలంను
three.
వ్యర్థం చేయకూడదు.
We should not waste time.
ఏ క్షణం కూడా నువ్వు వ్యర్థం చేయకూడదు.
We should not waste a minute or a moment.
ఏ పనైనా చెయ్యి,
You may do any
ఇది
work.
భగవత్ కార్యమే,
It is God's
ఇది
work.
భగవత్ స్వరూపమే.
It is God's form.
ఈ సత్యాన్ని మనం చక్కగా విశ్వసించాలి.
We should have full faith in the truth.
ఇది నా ఆఫీస్ పని, అది సాయ కార్యము అని అనుకుంటే డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నాం.
If we think this is my office work, that is Sai work,
సాయి ఆర్గనైజేషన్ వేరు,
Sai organization is separate.
నా యొక్క ఆఫీస్ వర్క్ వేరు.
My office work is
ఆ
different.
విధంగా డివైడ్ చేయటం చేతనే నీవు చాలా ఒక వ్యాపారస్తుడిగా తయారైపోతున్నావు.
If you have such kind of distinctions and differences like that, it becomes a
ఆధ్యాత్మికము
business.
వ్యాపార రంగంతో కూడినటువంటిది కాదు.
Spirituality is not business.
అది ఆధ్యాత్మికము కూడాను ఆత్మ సంబంధమైనటువంటి వ్యాపారం.
Spirituality should have relationship with the inner self.
నీ హృదయాన్ని ఇవ్వాలి, ఆనందాన్ని పుచ్చుకోవాలి.
You have to offer your heart and accept
ఈ
the bliss.
విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క ప్రేమ తత్వాన్ని ప్రచురింపజేసి, వ్యాపింపజేసి, దివ్యత్వాన్ని అభివృద్ధి పరిచే నిమిత్తమై ఈ సత్యసాయి సంస్థలు ఏర్పరిచినామే కానీ ఏదో ఒక నంబర్గా కానీ ఇంతమంది వ్యక్తులుగా ఉండాలని కానీ మేము ఆ ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ సంస్థలు ఏర్పరచలేదు.
The Satyasai organizations are formed so that we may share this divine love with everybody,
నీలో
not for
ఉండినటువంటి
number.
So, thank you. We have the last question in the Reach Safely section, where all 4 of you, in whatever little you want to add to that, you can do that. With that, we'll conclude. And if there are any live questions from the audience, we can take 1 or 2 questions. Okay? So, the question is, we find the same set of people coming for almost every activity. In fact, Swami even commented, the front rows are all the same people. Nobody is willing to even give that space to others. Second, how do we get newcomers, a breath of fresh air? How do we get youth into the organization? So this is one of the questions. So maybe Sai Shri, you can start, and then we can go to Padma ma'am, and then we can have the words from you.
So, as per how to get youth into the organization, already we have a lot of activities and in all different sectors. So, you can be, if you want to sing bhajans, or you like Vedams and you want to learn and chant Vedams, or taking part in seva, whether it's in the Samithi or in the hospital, or all different types of seva. So, firstly, there is a lot of information on how many of these seva activities are there, and there are proper groups for all of them. So, I personally find myself going through all the different groups that are there and seeing where is it that I can, try and take part in my free time and come and do work. So, that is my thought on this.
Sairam. So there are many people who are coming regularly, and it is their one-to-one connection with Swami. So it is that is how they've led their lives. So we see many aunties who have been coming here for more than 25 years, as old as this mandir. And there are many people doing seva for so many years. So that they should leave and make space for you is not a right thinking. So it is your journey to Swami, your interest for your own journey to Swami. So you have to see where you fit in and what you like to do and come up. And the elders of the organizations, they've had the rare privilege of working with Swami and having directions from Swami himself. So they will all be very happy to mentor you, share the space with you, and we should always, after a certain point in time, after you have derived a lot of benefits, lot of inner growth by being regular to the Samithi, you have to, like Swami says, the only currency in Samithi is love and dharma. Premani andinchu, premani penchko. You give little love here, go home back with loads of love. Practice some dharma here, and dharma will come and protect you. So, more than, we have to elevate from a personal sadhana level to a teamwork. So, to some stage, you can be like, this is my bhajan, I'll come, my day, Monday, I will render and go. To some stage, we can be like that. But beyond that, giving to the organization and working as a team only will make space for others. We should have that mentoring ability, and we should all work together for Swami's team. Then youth will also come, they will also get attracted, they will feel empowered, and they will happily take up what we have to give them.
Thank you.
See, Swami said that every member of the Samiti should be allotted some responsibility in the Samiti. It can be a very small thing, need not be something huge, but every member should take up some responsibility. Maybe somebody says, I'll come 5 minutes before and arrange all the chairs. Somebody else is saying, probably I will, at the end of the bhajan, remove this carpet. It might be a simple thing, but every member has to take some responsibility. Now, that's when you would transcend this particular challenge of the same people being involved in everything. Then you are clearly saying, okay, this, and then you can have a process of rotation. I think so long as we are able to do that, I think we should be able to embrace a lot more people coming and actively participating in this. That's on the first part. In terms of youth, I've been the district president for 10 years and have not been successful in that. So I guess I don't have a locus standi to answer that question. But he has been extremely successful in that in the Electronic City Samiti. So I'll probably leave it to Ganesh brother to answer that.
See, once Swami mentioned this, that when he has chosen us and he is giving us an opportunity to make us participate in Satya Sai Seva organization, we have lot of responsibility, not only for our family or for the Samiti or etc., but society at large. The very thing Bhagawan chose each one of us because he believed that we are all leaders. And we are all leaders and not just followers of him. Each one has been bestowed with a special blessings by Bhagawan. And that blessing is about how we perform our duty in whatever role we play. So we have a responsibility. What is that responsibility? First is getting the understanding correct and referencing Bhagavan's life and study his life very properly. Because that's very, very important. As I said, Bhagavan, when he was giving discourse, how many times we all would have heard where he has told us embodiments of divine, that's how he will start. Means he is saying that, you are at his level, we are all at his level, he chooses us. So what is his expectation is that we demonstrate ourselves as a leader and right citizens in the society where looking at us, so many people get attracted and feel the warmth and welcoming and affection and the love The way Swami through his love attracted each one of us, we should be able to, we should also have the same power to attract others. If looking at us, people run away means something, even if we are doing all the sadhana, there is a problem with us. And if looking at us, 10 people come, that means we are able to invoke love within us and share that love with all. So expansion of love is one of our biggest responsibility as both devotee and office bearer and members of the organization. This is one point. Second, what is the seva that he is asking from us? Whatever we are doing is not the seva that he is expecting. He told very clearly to the boys in Parthi, I was there in the portico that day. Who are you to do seva to me? I have come to your level to serve you. The what only seva you can do to me is when everybody around you see me through you. That means right at our personal level, we should have that self-confidence and faith. At our own level, we should be able to attract people around us. We should give confidence first to ourselves and to the family around. We should, if we ourselves say, yes, we are bichara, cannot do, we will not be able to do, oh God, all that we ourselves cry, then how will we give support? For us, Bhagawan is saying that I am with you, standing with you. Move forward, you think. So each one of us is that instead of saying that the same people are there, we have to say that how can I, seeing at my behavior, my way of, living and working and, the warmth, how can 10 people else also get attracted? How can I do it selflessly? In fact, I can, as brother reminded, I can share about the electronic city. It's nothing but a miracle which, I can keep going and going. In fact, when I came to Bangalore in 2022 from Chennai, and the first thing I landed in electronic city, I had called brother. We had a chat that we should do some bhajans in electronic city. Is there a Samithi? And this was 22 September in 2022. And brother connected some 4-5 devotees in and around. So we said that, okay, we'll start bhajan. The first day there were 5 people, we started bhajan in a Shirdi Sai Baba temple there. Next day, next 2-3 weeks, we were only 2 people. Myself and one more brother. But we said we will do because we are offering to Bhagawan, we are committed. But you will not believe, in the next, after 3-4 weeks or 5 weeks, suddenly that 2 people became 20 people. Somebody going by the road, somebody asking, etc. Suddenly the surge happened. And we said that we will, this is 97th birthday of Bhagawan coming on 23rd November 2022. We will distribute 97 blankets. 5 of us in the Samithi. And we did not worry about money, we did not worry about place, how to do, what to do. But another 10-15 people just landed up, blankets came, distribution happened. By that time, brother said that, okay, now you are ready for Bhajan Mandali, why don't you become a Bhajan Mandali? So, first Bhajan Mandali on 23, I remember the dates because it's all 2-3 years back, 29 January 2023. So Electronic City became a Bhajan Mandali. We said that, okay, now we are about 10-15 people, let us do an exhibition on Shivratri day. We did not know how to go about doing an exhibition. On what also we did not know. But we had that, our Sankalpam is Bhagavan's Sankalpam. Because he says you are divine. The moment we say that, Swami, I want to offer this, but in that, he has given a formula. I remember this formula very closely because I was there when this Swami was telling this. He said, "Arey tum pray kyun karta hai? Experience karo." That person was saying, "Swami, aapko kaise experience karna hai?" Experience is very easy. He said, do one thing. Cause has to be noble and beyond your capacity. Cause has to be noble beyond your capacity. If I have got 10,000 rupees in my pocket and I do 10,000 worth of Narayan Seva, there is nothing, I don't need Bhagavan. I have only 10,000 rupees in my pocket and I am saying that I will build a school or a hospital. I need Bhagavan. Cause has to be noble beyond your capacity. Second, intent has to be pure, selfless, filled with love. Our intent is most important. It has to be selfless. What defines God and man is only one thing. God is selfless, man is selfish and self-centered. The day he becomes selfless, he also becomes God. So intent has to be pure, selfless, filled with love. Third, he said, have unity in thought, word, and deed. And fourth, he said, sincerely put effort and intensely call me. I will then and there manifest with you. And this is what is the miracle of Electronic City. That suddenly that thing happened. So within that span of 15, 20 days of the exhibition, the Brindavan College, they gave us a lot of props for the exhibit. Then the exhibition happened, some 2,000 people came in and around there. Similarly, the Samithi became from 20 to 30, 40 people in a short span of 2 months. After that, by November 1st of 2023, it became a Samithi. Last year, we had the Rath Yatra as well there. And it was a wonderful blessing. So today there are some 40, 50 people actively participating. Every third Sunday they send some 300 prasadams to some 4, 5 old age home, one Mathurdham, some 100 Balvikas children are there, etc. This is what is going on. Who did this? Bhagawan did this. But what does Bhagawan expect? Are we putting the first step of sincere effort? Is our intent pure? Is our vision big? Vision without action is useless. Action without vision is a nightmare. Both vision and action have to go together. And that is what is very, very important that we all need to look across. Then we will have more people. See, what is our responsibility? Bangalore South District has got 25 lakh population. Our responsibility is each one of us has to become a leader and spread Swami's love. That love will come through Balvikas or Bhajans or Narayan Seva or whatever the way and form. But that is our responsibility. At the end of the day, as we spread that love, even if one person comes and says that Bhagavan, Satya Sai Baba is, he experiences because of our behavior or warmth or whatever, we would have offered the flower of beautiful Seva at Swami's lotus feet. This is what is the way to expand our love. Expansion of our love will automatically expand our Samithi and organization as well.
Thank you, sir. We have come to close. Before we close, I'll just share a personal experience of my own seva here in Sai Gitanjali. I think Geeta Mohan Rao had a couple of times told us that Swami told her and told Dr. Padmanabhan that నేను ఎప్పుడు ఇక్కడ yes, yes, yes అంటూ ఉంటాను అని. In this mandir, he'll always say yes, yes, yes for prayer. So it so happened the first time I was pulled in for this cleaning seva, which Sai Gautam is coordinating these days, Amarnath pulled me into this and we had the opportunity to clean the altar. And there's a white chair which Swami has come and adorned, for the first anniversary celebrations. I got the opportunity that day to clean up that chair, okay? And they told me Swami sat on it. I had seen the video. So with a lot of feeling, I did that seva that day. And you'll not believe the next morning Swami came in the dream. And in the dream, he's seen sitting on that chair. And I had a packet of vibhuti in me. I said, oh, somebody has given me vibhuti. Let me get it sanctified by touching the chair. Then Swami sitting there, he says, white chair, I will sanctify it for you and give it to you. So that is the power of Sai Gitanjali. I think there's a lot of Swami's presence here. We are all blessed to be associated with this beautiful mandir. So let us, in our own way, join and do whatever we can. All right? Now, let me thank the panelists. Thank you so much, Sai Shri. Thank you, Padma ma'am. Thank you, Sai Chandrasekhar sir and Ganesh sir, for helping us navigate these questions. And I'm sure it will not stop here. We'll come back to you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. We have overshot by 15 minutes. Our apologies. Sai Ram.
ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ 0. ಏನು ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದು ನೆನೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು ಆ ನೆನೆಸಿದ ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ನಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಸತ್ಯ ಮಾರ್ಗ, ಅದೇ ಧರ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಗ. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಟ್ರೂತ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸತ್ಯ ಸ್ವರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸತ್ಯಂ ಸ್ವರೂಪಂ, ಸತ್ಯವೇ ನಿಜವಾದ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ಶಾಂತವೇ ನಿಜವಾದ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ಧರ್ಮವೇ ನಿಜವಾದ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ. ಅಂತಹ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಿಂದ ನಾವು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡೋದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ? ಏನೋ ಹಣ ಏನೋ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೇಡೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರವಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರವಾಗಿ ಈ ಮಂದಿರಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಂದಿರಗಳ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಚಿಂತ, ಇನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆ ಏನಿದ್ರು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಧ್ಯలో ಬರೋ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ಸು. ಮಾತಾ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಪಿತಾ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂಧು ಸಹೋದರ ಅರ್ಥಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೃಹಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಜಾಗ್ರತ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ? ನೀವು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಯಾರು, ನೀವ್ಯಾರು? ಮದುವೆ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಶೀಸ್ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್, ಈಸ್ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್. ಏನಿದೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು, ನೀವ್ಯಾರು? ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಯಾರಿಗೇನು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗ, ನಾನು ಅವರ ತಾಯಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನೀವ್ಯಾರು, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು? ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ಸು, ಬರೋದು ಹೋಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಸ್ತಿ 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 ಮಹಾಭಾಗ. ಕಲಿಕಾಲ ಸಮಂ ಯುಗಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಹಾಭಾಗ. ಕಲಿಕಾಲ ಸಮಂ ಯುಗಂ. ಇಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ. ಜನ್ಮ ದುಃಖಂ, ಜರಾ ದುಃಖಂ, ಜಾಯಾ ದುಃಖಂ, ಪುನಃ ಪುನಃ ಅಂತ್ಯಕಾಲೇ ಮಹಾದುಃಖಂ. ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಜಾಗ್ರತ. ಅಂತ್ಯಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆನಂದವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರವಾಗಿ ಈ ಮಾನವ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಓದೋದು ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದೆ. ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಮಸ್ತಕ ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್? ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನೀವು ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದೆ ಇಂಥ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಿ ಏನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ? ಬಜಾರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಓದೋದಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಮುಂಡೆ ಮುಂಡೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಭಿನ್ನ, ಯಾರು ಮುಂಡಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭಾವನೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂಡಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಬರಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಒಂದು ನಾಮ 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 ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧನೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕ ತೃಪ್ತಿಗೋಸ್ಕರವಾಗಿ. ನಾಮ ನಿರಂತರ ಸರ್ವದಾ ಸರ್ವಕಾಲೇಶು ಸರ್ವತ್ರ ಹರಿಚಿಂತನಂ. ಆ ನಾಮಚಿಂತನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ನಾಮಚಿಂತನೆ ಎಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಪ್ರೇಮದಿಂದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬರೀ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಔಷಧಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡಬಾರ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಕಡೆಸಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪ್ರೇಮಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಅಹಂಕಾರವನ್ನು ಮೊದಲು ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಇರ್ತದೋ ಅಷ್ಟುವರೆಗೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆನಂದ ಸಿಕ್ಕೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೊದಲು ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರೋಧವನ್ನು ಭಸ್ಮ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ತತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಆನಂದ ಪಡಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಪ್ರೇಮ. ಪ್ರೇಮ ಮುದಿತ ಮನಸ್ಸೆ ಕಹೋ ರಾಮ 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 ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮ ರಾಮ ರಾಮ. ಪಾಪ ಕಟೆ ದುಃಖ ಮಿಟೆ ಲೇತ ರಾಮ ನಾಮ. 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 ಭವ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಸುಖದ ನಾವ ಏಕ ರಾಮ ನಾಮ.
ಭವ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಸುಖದ ನಾಮ ಏಕ ರಾಮ ರಾಮ.
ಪರಮ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸುಖ ನಿಧಾನ ದಿವ್ಯ ರಾಮ ನಾಮ.
ಪರಮ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸುಖ ನಿಧಾನ ದಿವ್ಯ ರಾಮ ನಾಮ.
ನಿರಾಧಾರ ಗೋ ಆಧಾರ ಏಕ ರಾಮ ನಾಮ.
ನಿರಾಕಾರ ಗೋ ಆಧಾರ ಏಕ ರಾಮ ನಾಮ.
ಮಾತಾ ಪಿತಾ ಬಂಧು ಸಖ ಸಬಗಿ ರಾಮ ನಾಮ.
ಮಾತಾ ಪಿತಾ ಬಂಧು ಸಖ ಸಬಗಿ
बंधु सखा सबहि राम नाम।
बंधु सखा सबहि राम नाम।
भक्त जनर जीवन धन एक 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 राम नाम।
राम 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 श्री राम राम राम।
राम 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 श्री राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम श्री राम राम राम।
राम 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 श्री राम राम राम। राम 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 श्री राम राम।
राम 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 श्री राम राम राम। ರಾಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು? ದಶರಥ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಸನ್ ರಾಮ ಅಲ್ಲ. ದಶರಥ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು? ಏನು ಅಯೋಧ್ಯನಗರ ರಾಜು ಅವರಲ್ಲ. ದಶರಥ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ದಶೇಂದ್ರಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ರಥ ದೇಹ. 5 ಕರ್ಮೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು 5 ಜ್ಞಾನೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು ಎರಡು ಸೇರಿ ದಶೇಂದ್ರಿಯ. ದಶೇಂದ್ರಿಯ ರಥ ದಶರಥ. ಈ ದಶರಥ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಯಾವುದು ಯೋಧರಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಹೃದಯ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ. ಈ ದಶರಥಗೆ 3 ಜನ ಹೆಂಡತಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರವರು? ಕೌಸಲ್ಯ, ಸುಮಿತ್ರ, ಕೈಕೇಯಿ. ಆ 3 ಜನ ಹೆಂಡತಿಗಳೇ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ, ರಾಜಸಿಕ, ತಾಮಸಿಕ. ಈ 3 ಜನ ಈ ದಶರಥನಿಗೆ 3 ಹೆಂಡತಿಗಳು. ಇನ್ನು ರಾಮ, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ, ಭರತ, ಶತ್ರು ಇವರು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? ಅದೇ ಚತುರ್ವಿಧ ಪುರುಷಾರ್ಥಗಳು. ಅದೇ ರಾಮ, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ, ಭರತ, ಶತ್ರುಗಳು. ಧರ್ಮ, ಅರ್ಥ, ಕಾಮ, ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಇವು 4 ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ದಶರಥನಿಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ರಾಮನೇ ಆತ್ಮಾರಾಮ. ಬಹಿರ್ಭ್ರಾಮ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಂತರ್ಬಹಿಶ್ಚತ ಸರ್ವವ್ಯಾಪ್ಯ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಸ್ಥಿತ. ಆತ್ಮಾರಾಮ. ಆತ್ಮಾರಾಮನ್ ನಾವು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಚಿಂತೆ.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Prayerful pranams at his lotus feet. Loving Sai Ram to everyone here. We are very happy to introduce our next batch of Balvikas students who are ready to take his mission forward. This year, we have 10 girls who would be receiving the diploma for completing their 9-year Balvikas course. Girl power indeed. And we are sure they will definitely take his message forward, the message of humanity, selflessness, and seva. It's been a sweet tradition every year on Sai Gitanjali anniversary day to introduce these youngsters to our Samithi. We request Ganesh Kumar sir and Sai Chandrasekhar sir to present the diploma certificates and trophies to these children. Please, sir. Mupala Naga Shrikala. Gurudruti Rentala. Diya Venkat. Bhavana Sarat Chandar. request Srimati Nagaveni also to please come and give away the trophy. Purandri Vinay. Purvika S. Sharanya Kambekar. Thank you, sir. Varshini P. Vedika Nayana Murali. Vinaya Raghavan. Thank you. Can we have Chandrasekhar sir and Ganesh Kumar sir also accompanying the children here on stage? Congratulations, girls, and the proud parents too. Jai Sai Ram.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmukhanatha, Subramanyam.
Subramanyam,
Om Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmukhanatha, Subramanyam.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmukhanatha, Subramanyam.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Sainatha, Subramanyam.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Sainatha, Subramanyam.
Shiva, 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 Subramanyam, Hara, 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 Subramanyam.
Shiva, 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 Subramanyam, Hara, 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 Subramanyam.
Shiva, Shiva, Hara, Hara, Subramanyam, Hara, Hara, Shiva, Shiva, Subramanyam.
Shiva, Shiva, Hara, Hara, Subramanyam, Hara, Hara, Shiva, Shiva, Subramanyam.
Shiva Sharavana Bhava Subramanyam, Guru Sharavana Bhava Subramanyam.
Shiva Sharavana Bhava Subramanyam, Guru Sharavana Bhava Subramanyam.
Shiva Shiva Hara Hara Subramanyam, Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Subramanyam.
Shiva Shiva Hara Hara Subramanyam, Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Subramanyam.
Shiva Shiva Hara Hara Subramanyam, Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Subramanyam.
Shiva Shiva Hara Hara Subramanyam, Hara Hara Shiva Subramanyam.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmukhanatha, Subramanyam.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmukhanatha, Subramanyam.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Sainatha, Subramanyam.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Sainatha, Subramanyam.
Shiva 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 Subramanyam, Hara 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 Subramanyam.
Shiva 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 Subramanyam, Hara 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 Subramanyam.
Shiva Shiva Hara Hara Subramanyam, Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Subramanyam.
Shiva Shiva Hara Hara Subramanyam, Hara Hara Shiva Shiva Subramanyam.
Shiva Sharavana Bhava Subramanyam, Guru Sharavana Bhava Subramanyam.
Shiva Sharavana भव सुब्रह्मण्यं गुरुशरवण भव सुब्रह्मण्यं
शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यम हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यम
शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं
शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यम हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यम
शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं
सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम षण्मुखनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम 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 साईनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम ओम तत्सत् श्री नारायण तु
पुरुषोत्तम गुरु तू सिद्धबोध तू स्कंद विनायक सविता पावक तू सविता पावक तू
ब्रह्मवर्ज तु यमवशक्ति तु
ईशु पिता प्रभु तू रुद्र विष्णु तू राम कृष्ण तू रहीमताओ तू रहीमताओ तू वासुदेव गो विश्वरूप तू चिदानंद हरि तू अद्वितीय तू अकाल निर्भय आत्मलिंग शिव तू आत्मलिंग शिव तू साई आत्मलिंग शिव तू
अस्तु मा सद्गमया
तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवमु मर्यन्तयुनीवे स्वामी मर्यन्तयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्रशयना ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार
शिव साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगलारती अंदुको मंगलारती अंदुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा ओम शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 जय जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Om Shri Sai Ram. Bookstall is available at the annex. Kindly visit for any purchases. Snack prasadam would be served downstairs. So I request ladies to proceed first, followed by gents. I request everybody to use the stairs inside as it is raining heavily. Jai Sai Ram.
परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदातं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदातं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदातं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि बाबा विभूतिम् इदमा